Hi, this is Kimberly Elizabeth, and I would like to welcome you back to my channel, Bookkeeping Journey. Today's video, I'm going to be introducing you to Charito K. Reason why I'm bringing Charito K to my Bookkeeping Journey YouTube channel is because not only am I a bookkeeper, but I am a person and I need to take care of my health. So therefore, I want to introduce you guys to Charito K, and you are going to love her. Hopefully you do, because I love her. I love her business, and I hope that this can help you or a family member or somebody that you know that can be able to benefit from the products and services that she offers. I will read a quick bio on her so you can have a little bit more information about who Charito K is and what she offers, because we have to be in charge of our health, especially at these times, you know, where everybody's probably might be getting sick, and you don't want to fall into that after this whole COVID thing is gone. You want to make sure that you're on top of your health. So as much as we are bookkeepers and business owners, we have to make sure that we stay in charge of our health and stay in charge of our finances. So today is Health Day. Charito K, essential oils expert, holds a degree in biochemistry and environmental engineering. She lends 10 years experience as a senior environmental project manager, now to the profession of her choice, an educator of natural healthy lifestyles, practicing since 2012 as a certified whole food nutrition and lifestyle coach. She empowers and educates to reduce everyday chemicals to reach optimum vibrant health. Through her health and wellness journey, she became motivated about sharing the skills and knowledge as a scientist with the community. She's passionate about empowering families to take back their health in their own hands. Simple changes to remove toxins in their homes, improve emotional well-being, and incorporate safe and effective natural remedies using plant-based essential oils and products. Charito runs the Young Living Essential Oils headquarters in Vancouver, BC, Canada, where she performs counseling sessions and holds educational seminars. I welcome you to meet Charito K in my computer screen.
Hi, Elizabeth. It's so nice to have me here to talk to you today about my passion for essential oils. A little bit about me and my background. I'm a retired environmental engineer. I did that for about 10 years, as well as a scuba diving instructor. So I'm looking at the beautiful background that you have, and I'm really jealous that water is there. I just really want to dive right in. I would say that I was really interested in holistic health based on my own healing journey and how I grew up. My mother was a nurse, and she really believed in that the body heals itself. And my father, he passed away when I was 15 years old and had 2 younger brothers as well. So it was a very young family. My mother was raising us alone. But what I can say is that he didn't pass away due to his diagnosis. He had diabetes, which can be helped through food and nutrition. He passed away of liver cancer and renal failure due to the medication that he was taking on a daily basis, and the fact that he didn't really change his lifestyle that had caused his illness, his condition. So as an engineer, I was a very high stressful environment. I was an executive. I had 50 people that was working underneath me. And at 30 years old, I also started to exhibit some health issues. I was feeling very stressed out, and I was feeling a lower back pain. I wasn't able to focus and concentrate. And I remembered and recalled what had happened to my father and what the values that my mother believes in. And so I wanted to look at a different way of attacking how to optimize my health and move towards a more healthier path. And looking at what I put in my body, which is plants, fruits, and vegetables, how can I do that? I decided to learn as much as I could. I became a raw vegan chef. I also learned about how to calm my mind and learned about meditation, which is something that I was already doing as a scuba diver. Because when you're scuba diving, you're literally breathing in and out, and you're in silence, completely in silence. So I kind of knew what that was about. And so I felt at peace using meditation. And essential oils also came into play because essential oils are concentrated plant essences. And the idea of using aromatherapy for mood, mindset, emotions, support, as well as the physical aspect of what plants can do for our body and nourishing it, really appealed to my scientific mind. And that's how I got interested in using essential oils in my food, whether it's a green juice, a bliss ball, a cheesecake that has no cheese in it, or simply making tinctures to help people with going to sleep or skin issues and all kinds of other conditions that can help support the body's own healing journey on its own. The body really needs to have us get out of the way of its own healing process. If we have a fever, do we allow the fever to continue or do we suppress it? There's a reason why we have a fever. It's to raise the body temperature to kill bacteria and viruses in our body. But if we lower the fever, then the bacteria and virus will continue to stay in our body for longer than is necessary in our body. So there are things like that. As a scientific mind, I feel like there can be this synergy with plants and our body, and to help use this healing power of plants to its benefit.
Wow, wait. I don't know what you should go on yet. Normally when I have people come on the channel, I let them like go and flow, but there are things that you said in there that really hit home for me. First, I did lost my dad to diabetes, but not because of medication. My father had diabetes for a long time when I was a little girl. It's just that, like you said, same eating habits, but that is not what killed him. But I will not mention it here because that's very inappropriate. But whatever helped the thing, he had a diabetic stroke, whatever. But the thing is that it's so funny. It's so funny how I met you. And the thing is, when I met you, I didn't recognize the full aspect of your business, because a lot of people like to run and rush to the doctor. I don't. And when you said about, well, you're bio what? Engineer what?
Biochemical engineer, environmental engineer.
Biochemical engineering. Wow, that, I see, I can't even get the name called. I'm like, wow. You know, in feeling honored now, extra honored now to have someone like you on my channel, to see that you can leave, it's not ever always about making that money, but it's about what you believe in. And you know, you left that big fancy job to go towards a passion of helping people to see that they can heal themselves naturally. And I prior to this, I mean, I saw you had your green juice, and hopefully you have a way that we can all get to see how you make these things. But yeah, so because I'm very interested in that. But I was going to ask you too, because I do meditation as well, and it does calm you. And I have like you see, I have these behind here. I'm doing a 30-day challenge, and like I told you before, and it really does help. It really does help. But the thing is too is that if you catch a cold, like right now they have like this whole COVID going on, if people have cancer and there's all these little STDs that people get. Would you say that the body is able to heal themselves from those things too? Like well, obviously you said diabetes from your dad, so I know there's like cancer. I did read out something, but I would like to hear your take on it, and like all these different diseases that they have out there. Would you say is there something that, or a particular disease that like stays forever that you can never get rid of?
Oh, that's a really complicated question. What I do know is that the body will react to the condition it's put in. So the symptoms that we're exhibiting are the solution to preserve our body. So for instance, if we're hot, we sweat. Mm-hmm. Some people don't like to sweat. They'll put in deodorant, right, to block the sweat. So what happens is the body needs to cool its temperature down, and we're blocking that process down. A lot of cancer tumors requires a lot of blood and nutrition to feed that tumor. And so the energy can come in the types of food that we're eating. Diabetes can take 10 to 20 years to abuse our body before we're diagnosed with diabetes. It is the solution. So the solution is, we don't know when to produce insulin, so we're going to stop because it's too much insulin that's going into the body with the influx of sugar that's coming in. So now the body's like, we give up. We're too tired and exhausted. The kidneys have said, and the adrenals are saying, we've been producing insulin, but it's still not working, and we're just so exhausted, so we're going to stop. Or it's not being produced at the right time. And so when it comes to actually looking at what is it that the body is creating internally and creating the perfect condition for illness, mm-hmm. is a very complex situation, because we take in information, whether it's people, whether it's the food that we're putting in our body, whether it's things that we're putting on our skin, it's absorbed through our skin that we're breathing in. And then secondly, what's actually coming out. So we put stuff in, it either gets absorbed into our body, it gets trapped in a cancer cell or fat cell and stays in there and continues to wreak havoc, or our body is able to release it. So those three parts of the cycle, it'll depend how efficient our body is. And the more we expose our body to toxins, our body is more interested in protecting itself from toxins than efficient processing of food and nutrition and things that are good for us, because the threat is the most important thing to deal with. And whatever that is, whether it's, if there's too much estrogen in the body, what are we going to do with that estrogen? We're going to create a bunch of tumor cells. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't like go all over the body, it doesn't create havoc. And over time, that large tumor will create havoc. Could be benign, it could be malignant. But our body knows exactly how to create a solution for the body to protect itself in that moment in time. And it's really meant to be a short-term fix. Just like, we can not have any sleep, and all of a sudden we feel like, wow, we've got this jolt of adrenaline because we didn't have any sleep. And you think, wow, I don't need that much sleep. But eventually your body crashes because it can only sustain that for so long. Mm-hmm. Right?
Oh. I completely understand you, and I'm just like right now, my little girl inside of me, the little health part that I do have, is going like, yay! Because the thing is, I'm just honored when I meet people like you, that because obviously I know that you have like a set of products and stuff like that you help to use, and like your oils and stuff like that. And I would love to hear about more, because I can see that you have like this whole set of information in that brain of yours, and I'm trying to like pick it all out. Hopefully we can get out a good set today, and if not, I definitely have to have you back. So that's what my brain is saying to me right now. So yeah. So could you tell us more now about your products, your different products, and what you offer?
Well, for me, because of what I believe in reducing everyday toxic chemicals in the home, there needs to be an alternative, and how people are used to using and dealing with certain conditions need to be reprogrammed or re-educated. So for instance, if you need to go to sleep, there's different options: sleeping pills, alcohol, many different options that are in the traditional sense, or people simply don't get any sleep. And then they'll just caffeinate themselves in the morning to be awake. So those are the coping mechanisms. But what essential oils can help is, if it's related to a busy mind, you can use essential oils in the bedroom to help maybe slow down the brain waves and the thinking patterns, also get us ready to be in that more calm state. And so that way we can actually rejuvenate in our sleep, because that's when rejuvenation happens. Aging increases or speeds up if we don't have rejuvenation time. We need to get into that third phase of REM. If we wake up exhausted and we eat coffee, that's a problem. It means that every single day that's happening, that's the body not recovering in its sleep, not being optimum. And so we'll need like options. So the options can be headache. For peppermint, you can use peppermint. If you have if you need something to keep yourself energized during the day, you can put peppermint in your water. If you have upset stomach, in the interim while you're trying to figure out what foods are better for you, you can use peppermint to rub on your belly, or you can take it in water and it'll help the bloating. And then this is not new information, really, because having Tums or Alka-Seltzer is new things that are not helpful. But back in decades, centuries ago, you would be chewing a peppermint leaf or fennel seeds or other digestive aids before you have a meal, so that you can prepare your body to fully digest your food. This is not new information, using plants or distillates of plants to help us digest food. So that's kind of one thing. For me, what I get really, really excited about is using essential oils internally, because it also means that if you're taking essential oils internally, like orange, you're getting happiness going on the inside, helping ourself feel like energized, so we can smell it. But if it goes into your body, it's also going into our entire body, and of course at a concentration that's safe. If you had chocolate peppermint, like a chocolate bar with peppermint in it, it would energize you, and of course the chocolate and the sugar would energize you as well, but it has the full sensory experience. So putting essential oils that can help detoxify our body, help our mood and our physical health at the same time is an amazing thing for me to promote. So detoxification is also the key as well with health. Number one is don't expose yourself, limit the exposure to toxins. And if you have, toxins in your body, which happens every time you eat food, every time you breathe outside, you need to expel it out of your body efficiently. And as we get older, that becomes less and less efficient. More and more, I'm finding people think that going to the toilet, like a number two, I would say minimum once a day, but a lot of people don't. So if you're eating 3 meals a day and sometimes 5 meals a day, and you haven't gone to the toilet, and the next day the same thing happens, that's like 3 days. That's 15 meals, and you only have one, movement or something like that. That's a lot. That's continue to breed and send toxins back into your body that you're not releasing it and expelling. So those are things we want to optimize, and essential oils can help with that. They're small molecules. They can cross the blood-brain barrier. So that helps with mood, serotonin, oxytocin, and all those happy hormones that happen. You can also go into the cellular walls to help support the body and the system. But more so, I would say that because stress and our mood and mindset affects how we'll present in the world and how we'll be motivated to elicit change in a positive way is the most important to shift. So meditation, I'm so happy you meditate, because if we can rest our mind, even if we're not sleeping, we're resting our mind. We can rest our mind and our bodies separately, but oftentimes we sleep, we're resting our body, but our mind is not actually resting at all. To be able to meditate means we can put ourselves in that calm, focus mode so that there's rest, so we can digest and be efficient at processing this complicated machine that has to grow hair, it has to grow skin, it has to exfoliate skin, it has to digest food, grow nails, it's got to pump its heart. You know, there's a lot of things going on in our body that it has to support. You put in exposure to loud noise, exposure to pollution, that's extra stress. Or being put in here in Vancouver, we have downtown Vancouver, we have a lot of high rises, and each one has a Wi-Fi router. So I can have my phone and see that there are like 1,000 Wi-Fi routers that are pushing out, and I find that I can feel the heaviness and I have to meditate, but it is assaulting my body with that input that is invisible. The body still has to process all of that. And even visual stimulation. I've never been to New York recently, but I have been to a carnival. There's lights, there's sound, there's people around, and it's a lot of stimulation, can be exciting, but also creates information our body has to process.
Wow. All right. First, could you put that bottle right there to the camera so we can see it properly? So I can't.
So, you know, essential oils, like, yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but that's peppermint. We have a bunch of essential oils, and I do custom blends for people for a specific condition. So like this one is for, you know, stomach aches, sort of pain. This one's for immune boosting. And this blend, Thieves, it's kind of hard to see, but Thieves is our signature blend.
I'll let you send me a picture. You could send me a picture and I can put it on the screen while you talk about them.
Okay. The recipe was developed during the bubonic plague, which is the largest pandemic in history. So it has been a busy time for me. March, which everything kind of locked down here in North America, you know, the 17th, and everybody was sent back home. And my business boomed because the essential oil blend is even more well known in the holistic health world than my company, Young Living Essential Oils. They're just looking for thieves, 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 thieves. And the legend goes that we're a band of thieves that were robbing the dead during the bubonic plague on the streets for all their money, their jewelry, and everything, and they weren't getting sick. So they're fully contagious, but they're not dying. So this special blend, they had the essential oils on a cloth, they were boosting their immune system, and they weren't able to contract it. So I've had people contact me to take this. I was like, it was just off the shelf. And today was the launch of our hand sanitizers come back in stock. And our hand sanitizer isn't drying on the hands. And not only is it sanitizing, but it's also boosting the immune system at the same time. And that is the genius of essential oils, is it smells good, but it's doing a bunch of other stuff in the background at the same time, and without the toxic chemicals to do the purpose. So cleaning a surface, great. Non-toxic, great. Boosting immune system, doubly great. Smells like gingerbread cookies. Who doesn't like gingerbread cookies?
I know, right? So my question now is, because I heard you said that we can use some of these essential oils inwardly, because, you know, so that you don't only just putting it on your skin, but, you know, you take it inwardly. What would you say would be ideally for like a regular person like me, for like to maintain that healthy like body, I guess I could say, with along with taking essential oils.
Mm-hmm. Now, essential oils are very concentrated versus, say, taking a peppermint tea or fennel tea or lemon in water, that sort of thing. The essential oil that, number one, I would take internally, you can do it on a daily basis, are the citrus oils, because they're detoxifying. And lemon essential oil will seek out the toxins, such as petrochemicals, plastics that are in our bodies, and will kind of like dissolve them so they're able to easily, you know, expel out of our body rather than surrounded by fat. So it's actually a technique in weight loss. You can either lose the fat, or you can detoxify your body and the fat will naturally release, or you do both, and then you have longer lasting effects. And then you don't continue to expose yourself to toxins so that your body doesn't have to produce fat to encapsulate the toxins.
So wait, because I have a sister that if she hears you, she will come in here and like uproot this whole meeting. So you said you have essential oils that you take that will help you to lose fat.
As part of a program, and helps with helping with, you know, increasing your consumption of water. A lot of people don't like the taste of water, or they don't drink enough. Yeah, or they don't drink enough. And so I'll have people who pick up the essential oils so they can get their water consumption for their detoxification program that is tasty but isn't sugary. So you flavor the water either with like lemon, orange, grapefruit, which are all, they're citrus essential oils from the rind of the fruit, not the sour part of the fruit. And it's in a lot of Chinese herbal tinctures where you use the rind. The rind is where the D-limonene compound is that helps to flush the fat, or like breaks it apart. That's why citrus is used in cleaning products.
Wow.
But so it's cleaning, you know, industrial surfaces. It can do the same thing to the inside of your body.
Because I've heard, because obviously I live in the Caribbean, and they tell us that, you know, if you drink squeezed lemon in water, it actually cuts fat. But so hearing you say about the citrus as an oil, so how did you, let me sorry put this, so would it be better to actually take, would it be better to take the oil base or just like the lemon? So sorry guys, Moore's talking about me now. So would you take
Yeah.
the lime, because I do take lemon water. Recently started because I'm home with my sister, and she's a cook, senior cook at the hotel she works at, and I put on like 10 pounds. So that's why. And granted, I do exercise every single day now since I started this challenge. I do exercise every day, but at the same time, which my best friend will love me for, and that I still ask about anything towards like weight loss or like maintaining your weight and maintaining your health, your daily health.
So the juice, the citrus juice like lemon or lime, the juice portion actually activates your digestive acids in your stomach. So it helps you at least start the digestion process before you eat food. So that's a separate process than the rind, which is detoxification, finding the toxins and dissolving it. So you have both, then you have both. So I know in a lot of like cheesecake recipes, you put in the lemon juice and you'll also add in the rind. A lot of the rinds have plastic coating on them, unless it's out of your backyard or something like that and hasn't been sprayed with plastic. But that helps to dissolve the fat as well when you're eating a cheesecake. It also tastes better. And it isn't like a one thing that you do where if you take like grapefruit essential oil and you take it internally, you're going to lose weight automatically. It still comes down to what are you also putting and exposing your body to, and that, you know, macro balance of protein, carbs, and and vegetables as well. So it is part of a healthy lifestyle, just like sleep, just like meditation, just like balance in life. There's not just one thing that we do. And that's kind of what I educate in my speaking engagements, is to talk about it's a holistic journey versus like, I'm going to try one thing and that is like the answer that is going to flip the switch. It is a lifestyle integration. Like, I'm glad you're exercising, because we need to move our body for the lymphatic flow. Actually, our body is made up more of lymphatic fluid, which has the white blood cells in it, versus the red blood cells in our body. It's mostly lymphatic. And if the lymphatic isn't moving, our body's able to flush the toxins that have gone into that area and move it into the other systems, such as the kidney and the colon, to actually get it out, or sweat.
Oh, wow. Because I hardly sweat. I don't have that. I don't sweat at all. I will have to, well, I sweat if I work out really hard, which I find that my workouts right now have been sweating every day, which is good. But other than that, I don't sweat like how people just sweat. I can walk for miles and walking at a steady pace. I probably will not sweat. I'll have to be doing that, that type of exercise. So for your holistic now, you give us like a full breakdown as into, because you have like a program that you offer, and if you have a cost for the program, like how people, if someone comes and see this video and they say, well, wow, I'm very interested, and how, but what, because obviously people don't just like to contact you, they just kind of like to find out that free information. So I guess I'm asking, so with what you do, the holistic, with your holistic business, when you work with clients, what do you do, I guess, like on a daily basis, because it sounds like a daily thing or a monthly thing?
There's several packages. One, if people are interested in a kind of like zooming in to take a look at what's happening right now, so it'll be like, from a scientific perspective, an assessment of what's happening, and then I'll give some recommendations, and they can decide whether they want to move forward. Oftentimes, collecting some blood work data to truth. Sometimes it's, maybe taking pictures of the food, or tracking what their habits are for a week. And people can be really shocked at what they think they're eating is not reality. So I've had conversations with some clients where they say, oh, I always eat like a ton of veggies and a little bit of meat, and I eat pretty clean. So that definition of clean, a little bit, not that much, is very relative. So we start taking pictures, because some people don't know what a cup is, or proportion. It seems like a lot. So taking pictures, people are Instagram and social media, people can just take pictures, and I can assess. So I'll take a look at it, and oftentimes they're eating out, or they're buying prepared foods. I eat hummus, that's pretty healthy. Okay, what brand of hummus? Then we'll look at the ingredients. Number one ingredient, sugar in there, right? To buy the rotisserie chicken from Costco, well, I already know number 3 ingredient is sugar in there, and a lot of rubs is sugar, flour. So all those things kind of come into play, and that little bit of meat, well, it took half the plate. So I don't know what your definition of a little bit of meat is, right? And a lot of veggies. I know it's like a thin layer on the plate, but it does look like a lot, right? So I'm there to acknowledge what they are doing right, and also to see where they can shift in towards a healthier path, and what they're prepared to do. There is a lot that people can do, and I kind of like, if you want help with maybe coming up with some recipes that you can adequately do with the equipment that you have at home, we'll do like a day-long, get their kitchen set up, and maybe it's educating them in a grocery store. So a grocery tour, there's in the kitchen helping people remember how to use their equipment. And I stick to, if you only have like a cutting board and knife, let's start there, because there was no reason for you to buy a food processor or a blender. because you probably weren't even like cooking that way. So let's stick to the basics, and there might just be a few ingredients to get in it might even just be a couple of sauces that you learn or purchase in the store that you know is your go-to, and you can keep things healthy. Things like sesame oil to flavor something packs a punch. You know, it's easy to make. Maybe you buy like a garlic ginger sauce or something like, but it's super easy to make if you have a system that can help that process. So help them set up either like educating the grocery tour in the kitchen after they've done a full assessment of where they want to focus on. It may require going to the doctor. And so this is called the evaluation assessment protocol.
Mm-hmm.
And then they can decide which of the other packages they want to continue with. Sometimes it would be 1 or 3 months health coaching progress just to check in, because I'll give them recipes to try on their own and see how they can execute it. It might also mean trying to figure out how to efficiently buy like a schedule of fruits and vegetables so they don't rot in the fridge with some sort of rotation, and how to preserve the fruits and vegetables so that they don't spoil as well. Like that takes some management and also some education as well. Like you don't want to buy celery and then 2 days later it's just like limp, right? So now we got to make soup. That's okay. But it would have been nice if we maybe made like a Waldorf apple walnut salad or something like right away, and then it's ready to eat for the next couple of days, or we store it and it stays fine for 2 weeks. There's techniques.
So with the obviously, so what I'm understanding then is basically you cater your services depending on the individual person, what they want, what they decide that they can handle when you go through your different packages and stuff like that. So let's say that the person on board with you and they want to go full out. They want so do you, in these different things that they're doing, do you offer do they buy the essential oil separately? Do you offer that included? How does it work?
The essential oils are separate. Again, so the essential oils is offered, not necessarily a requirement, right? And then I have like the other part of my business where people are coming to get the custom blend of essential oils or signature scent. They don't want to buy like the entire 10 oils. They just want one that's mixed a whole bunch of them together for their specific condition, because they've got maybe like a parrot or a dog in the house, so it needs to be a certain concentration. So I'll do those custom blends for those people. And those that want to be educated on making their own blends themselves and they're willing to pay the money for the full bottles of essential oils, I'm happy to provide them with the recipe, and then they have to go pick up the jojoba oil and this bottle and this, they got to buy, this device, and then, they've got to buy all the things that you need, like this device here, portable inhaler, but, I'll make this up for somebody, and it would be, $10, $15, or they buy, this bottle is $15 and they have to buy this, and then they can refill it and it'll last them probably a year. So it depends. If they want to come by and they want to tweak things, they don't want to commit to this, and they just want to commit to the easy, ready to go application, and ours are like full metal, so we don't use plastic in our products as well. So everything is, in alliance with our belief system to reduce toxicity, even in our packaging as well.
So is there anything else before we go? Is there anything else that you would like to add? Any more products that you didn't get to share? Because I know I probably talk a little bit too much because you got me excited there. So is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, I could say that, our essential oils are our flagship product line. We offer the products to support that, such as diffusers. We have like a line that is specifically for babies, so ready to go, that we know is safe, ready to go for children. And we have all kinds of different diffusers. There's cute ones that look like an owl, one with like dolphins, one with dinosaurs, ones that play music that you can attach your iPod to. So we have like a full range of essential oils, and the internal use of the essential oils, we make it easy by offering supplements in capsule form so that you don't have to figure out how to take it internally.
Mm-hmm.
So we offer that as well.
Do you offer there's one question I wanted to ask. Do you offer your holistic practice where you go shopping and all that with the clients? Do they have to be in Canada with you, or do you do it virtually as well?
I can do both.
Okay, so you do both. You do virtual.
I can do both.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and in fact, like oftentimes it's first is educating what they're looking out for, and usually it's what's in their home right now that they didn't realize shouldn't be there. And then we talk about the alternatives. So that's usually the starting point. What is it they already like, and then how do we find healthier alternatives to it? Like if you really like a mustard, there are all different kinds of mustards out there, but which one doesn't have sugar in it? Which one doesn't have as much preservatives in it? So if your kid only likes tomatoes, let's make a whole bunch of recipes with tomatoes so that kid just will eat the vegetables that he likes, which is super interesting. We want to involve the entire family in the process. The worst thing that can happen is you'll have a lady who wants to transform her lifestyle and have the family members in the home not on board with that, and there's sabotage, right? In our home, it's our safe place. So we do want buy-in from everybody. We don't want to make more work for mom either. So there's ways of having her healthy thing and then, not making more work for her and still adding that little extra piece for, dad and kids, that kind of thing, or whoever's in the household. So that way she's not making 3 different meals just because she's on a plan and she has to weigh her stuff. Like, I don't believe in weighing stuff at all. It's more like, how do we make decisions that are healthier for us? It's simply not as much what we eat, it's what we don't expose ourselves and don't eat. There's always alternatives. You can have your banana bread, but there are healthier options. And so that just takes some education. My husband used to have like a ton of sugar in his coffee, and now he has like a sugar alternative, and he's not really missing the sugar. He's able to release quite a bit of weight and keep his energy up as well. But we've also optimized his detoxification process as well. So he sweats. The way he sweats is he has to go into a sauna every day, and he's happy with that. Yeah, he's an athlete, so he's like, and he's moving, right? He does hot yoga, and for him, he likes doing that. But for me, I'll go into the garden. Like that's exercise. If I'm going in the garden and I'm kneeling down and pulling this and that, that is actually movement of my body, and I'm still getting stuff done. If I have to walk up and down the stairs in my house because I'm vacuuming, that's exercise. I know my back hurts after I'm done. I have to do it ergonomically. So, gyms is a new thing. Is actually like, there were really no gyms, before 1950s. People were simply just moving around more. Yeah.
I've never been to a gym. Before the whole pandemic, I was getting like training in calisthenics where you use your body weight. So I never been to a gym. I just use my own body, but I never been to a gym. It doesn't entice me either. I'm like that child that likes to go outside and play. Carrying indoors, I was struggling to exercise. It's only now because I'm doing the challenge, and then my best friend has me doing another challenge, that I'm actually getting my exercise in. And now I am being more cautious of like what I eat and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not a fan of gyms. But yeah, a lot of people do go to the gym. Not that it's bad or whatever, but like you said,
I
you
think
know,
some people enjoy it, right?
yeah,
Some people enjoy it. There's free TV, you know.
yeah,
There's
it,
other people exercising, so you get motivated to see and be inspired by other people. For me, exercise has always been a social activity.
yeah,
So for me, it's been the connection with the people, not the exercise. The exercise was a side benefit. So whether it was scuba diving, kayaking, going for a walk with a friend, I do it with other people. I'm not a solo exerciser.
no, I used to go running on my own.
Yeah.
I used to go running on my own. But I kind of like a loner. I only recently, well, 2 years now, started working out with a trainer, and and he's got me now. He's the one that got me into the whole calisthenics and stuff like that. And so that has been interesting because I didn't hear about it before. You know, I used to go to a workout program with a wonderful lady, and she used to kill me. But there's a difference when you go working out with a woman, and then when you switch over to a male, it's a lot harder. But I was getting stronger and everything. But then, thank you, COVID. I had to be in home. I had to be at home, and trying to struggle with the being indoors and pushing myself to get up and do that exercise. But at least I got there now. But it was really good to talk to you today. And I know that when I watch over this, you have to send me those pictures so that I can put them on the screen so everybody can see the products that you offer. And you have a website as well?
I do. I'll email all that to you. It's
Yeah, so
vibrantroppers.com.
right. So I will definitely put it in the description so everybody can get in contact with you. So I will. That's it for me. You have anything else to say before we start the thing? I'm just enjoying listening to you talk. So
Thank you. Well, thank you for meeting with me and learning a little bit more about essential oils. I could see you were really excited to learn about it. So I thank you for your energy and attention.
thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for watching. I will leave all the information so you can link up with Charito if you want any more information about her essential oils and what she offers her and what she has to offer. So, and if you see anything that benefits you, and if you have any questions towards her oils or anything like that, don't leave it in the comments, but send it to her directly. But in the comment section below, you can state what you got, what benefits you got from the video, and if there's anything that you can definitely take with you to be able to be mindful in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and may you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.